guys, I am back for another video, and today I'm going to be doing a little bit of a Photoshop tutorial. You guys have been asking me how I've done my profile picture. I have changed it up. If you haven't seen it already, it looks pretty sick. But this is how I done my old profile picture. This is a nice simple design of, well, a profile picture basically, and you can chuck this on a banner. You can mess around with it. This is just how I kind of like it and how it's kind of simple. So I got the ETW for the ET Warfare inside of a circle with some stuff around there that I'll show you in 2 seconds. But to make this, we want to start doing this. So you want to go over it. No, hold up. We're jumping ahead. We're jumping ahead. You've got your desktop right here. You want to open up Photoshop. Doesn't matter what Photoshop is. I'm using Pro 13, I believe. It doesn't matter. You just need the things that I'm using, really. You don't have to download anything apart from one thing, and I'll get into that part in a second. We'll actually search it now. So what you guys are gonna want before you do anything is get like a sparkle PNG, or like, I don't know, something light or something like that, just something like this. I chose, if I can find it, I can't find it. I've lost it. I got this, just get something similar to that, like a sparkle effect or something like that. It doesn't need to be all of like that. And then once you've got Photoshop open, click on File, go to New, and set it out exactly like I have here. You can change your name if you want, so YouTube DP vid, I guess. That's what I would call it. I call it whatever you want. Make sure everything's in pixels, 8-bit, 500 by 500, that's the resolution towards the size of this. RGB color transparent, make sure you have it like that as well, because you're going to need that. So have everything out like this, and then click on OK. Then it will bring you to a square like this. There's PNG. You'll know when it's PNG when it's got these little grey and white squares everywhere around. Now, to start this off, I'm going to go through a few things. And if you guys don't know a lot about Photoshop, well, I've got it here. I'm doing this for the people that don't really know how to use it. But I mean, if you do and you're looking for a profile picture still, sick, good on you. So what you want to do, make sure everything kind of looks like this. You probably won't end up having these, like all these numbers on the left and right. I don't even know what I've done to get that. But what you want to do is go over to this circle right here, my cursor's right here, and go over to the ellipse tool. Well, right click on this, and then it will bring up a section here. What you want to do is click on the ellipse tool, that makes it a circle, and then make sure you have these two, the fill and the stroke, the same. Don't worry about this because we're going to change this in a second. So make sure these are the same. You've got no fill, and then you've got just a random color. It can be any color right now. And then, so hold shift inside of your square and click on your screen and basically just make a circle, and it will end up like this. And then click on this little arrow thing over here, this arrow tool, so you can move it. Basically just move it to the position you want it to be in. And if you know it's not centered, hold Control and then press A, and it should highlight the place. And then these up here, this section up here, what you want to do is click on this one right here and this one right here, and that will center it. And then to get rid of that outline, Control D, and then that is centered. That's how you want it. But if you want this ring a bit bigger, you go back to the ellipse tool and you go back to this section up here, but click on this and drag this bigger, I guess, to, I mean, whatever you want it. I'm going to say there's roughly good, so around 33, 35. So once you have got that, that is your circle there. I don't recommend changing any colors until you've figured out a color scheme you're going to use. But For this video, I'm going to use my example for ETW for ET Warfare, and you guys can use an abbreviation of your name or your full name if you want. It's not up to me. But you see my cursor? Go down to this little page thing down here. It looks like a page. It's like an extra layer, so it adds another layer, and make sure it's above Eclipse 1. And then what you want to do on that is, so right now you can't move anything because it's a new layer. It's something above this. So what you want to do is go over to this T, that means text on the side. And then make this as big as you possibly can, really. And then like find a font that you like. You can download fonts from everywhere, basically. So if you like a font, if you've got a font, use a font you really like. I'll try and find something that's really nice. I like this. I guess I'll use this. So what you want to do is create a square. It doesn't have to be the same size, and what inside of that you want to write what you want, like inside of it basically, and then click on this check mark up here. Now you've been maybe thinking, well, that doesn't look right, that's a bit too small. So hold Control and press T, and it'll bring up this square thing. Now what you want to do is hover over one of the corners here, so it's got these two arrows, press Shift, and then make it bigger. Just bring it out a bit, and then drag that center point into the middle, and keep on doing that until it is about, oh, don't do that, that does some weird shit you don't want to do. So keep doing that until you've got it bigger than this. Maybe that. Yeah, about that. Keep doing it until you've got something similar to that size there. Now this is where I said you might want to like change up some colors and stuff. So go back to this, you can right click on it and then go to blending options, or you can double click on the square part here and it will bring up layer style or blending options. And then what you want to do to make this look really cool is add a stroke, add a drop shadow, and add a gradient color overlay. So these three that I have checked right now, what you want to go to first would be drop shadow, so click on the word and then make the distance up a bit higher, and you can see that added a nice drop shadow behind it and it looks really sleek and nice. You can up some spread if you want, so something similar to that I guess, if you really want it. You can change the color of this and the opacity of this and also the angle that this runs at, so it's pretty cool. Once you've done that, you don't need to worry about anything inside of stroke, that doesn't really do anything, but go to gradient overlay. Now here's where your color scheme comes in. You can click on any of these. I'm going to click on this one because we're deleting some of these. So say if you use this one, delete this one by pressing the delete key and move this one all the way over here. So you've got one color on one side and one color on the other side like this. Now what I'm going to do is you can double click on these color things and it'll come up with this. You can move this to a color you want. Say if I want a nice purple up here, click on OK, and then double click on that one on the other side, and then kind of just blend it so it fits kind of well. So I would go with like a dark blue. So now that's what my gradient color looks like. Go to OK, and you've got yourself your outer ring part. Now do the same for your word, your text, double click on it or right click and go to blending options, stroke, gradient overlay and drop shadow, and you can see it's starting to get a bit better. Up the drop shadow a bit if you want, and a bit on that, and then go back to gradient overlay. You try not to have these the same color, but similar colors, just something that pops out and just works. So I would go maybe maybe the opposite to what I have here actually. If you want to get its exact colors, move your cursor over here and you can click on these and whatever color that's on your screen and you can fit it well. So I would end up with something like that. But that, I'm not sure if I would roll with that. So I would probably have a red with maybe a yellow, green, what about blue? But try and find a color that mixes really well with this. Like this kind of mixes a bit well. I know it may look everywhere, but color schemes are up to you. It's not up to me. You can do it how you want. So far, you would have something that should look like this. It's got your font in it, not the same font, unless if you like this font. And then it will have your color scheme on it. It's not my color scheme, unless if you like the color scheme. Now this is where you're downloading your Spark thingy come in. I'm just going to download this one right here, save as, call it whatever, and save it wherever. And then find that download, like find where you downloaded it, and drag it into Photoshop now. And then here what you want to do is you can resize it if you want, but put it like on the edge of something, edge of a word, and then like resize it so it looks like this. Once you've got it in your position that you want it to go on, right click on it or double click on it and go to blending options. And here's where you want to, don't click on anything else right now, just change down the opacity for this. You'll see why in a second with it, it looks kind of cool. So mine's on 35 and that looks really good how it is. And go over to color overlay, and change the color to like white or something, just something really bright and sticks out. Now that would be your PNG version of it. So if you're happy with what you made, go to File, Save As, and make sure you you click on Photoshop and you go down to PNG. You're gonna want to save a PNG version of it, and then save that wherever. I'm gonna save it to my desktop. Just save a PNG version of it. You'll see why in a second. And once you have a PNG version of it, you've got your logo looking cool there. Then you can save, then you can make a background on it. The reason why you save a PNG one is because if you ever wanted to put on a banner or behind a video, you've got a PNG one so you can see through the gaps and stuff like here and everywhere else. Then what you want to do is make a new layer, grab that layer and drag it all the way to the bottom here so it's at the back. And then right click on it should still be on Eclipse. If it's not, right click on this thing and go to rectangle tool and just make a rectangle around it. What you want to do here, you won't see anything go up, so go to the fill at the top corner, make that black, and that can be whatever you want it to. Just make it like whatever color really. And then you want to do the same thing on this blending option, so double click on this and go to a gradient overlay. And then what you want to do, it will come up with the same stuff as this. Try and get a similar or a similar color scheme to what your logo looks like. In this case, I think I might go with something like the words or something. Or if that doesn't work out well, we'll change it to like, we'll keep the red and we'll change that to, say, blue. Why not? We're just going all out with this one and just get a background for it. And you can see what I mean by the sparkle over here looking cool. You can change it down if you want and move it, rearrange everything if you really want to. Once you've got a background on that, you want to save as, go click on Photoshop thing and then go to JPEG, and that will save it as a non-PNG and JPEG. You can name it whatever you want, as I said. Just save it to somewhere, and you want 12 and maximum as your numbers when you're saving it. Once you've done that, you're done. You can minimize out of all of that, minimize out of that. You got your downloaded sparkle things, and you've got your PNG version, and you've got your background version, and there you go. You have a really nice background or profile picture for YouTube, I guess. And if you guys wanted to make a banner or something, you would just drag this on top of it and just work with the banner. I'll probably make a second part for this for a banner if you guys want to see how to do that, but I'm sure you guys can manage how to do that. If not, stay tuned to my channel and subscribe for more, and hopefully I'll teach you how to do that. Here's two examples. I got my ETW there and ETW there. You do multiple designs with these, like these are completely different. but they're both really cool. If you guys have liked this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you guys are using a design that I have made right here, let me know down in the comments below, and if you're using it and it works and you like it, make sure you subscribe for more videos like this, and I will see you in another video. Peace out, guys.